We are so close to the launch of Dying Light the Beast, and what this means for us is we'll be seeing the remaining teasers for this game unfolding right up until we get our hands on it ourselves. I wanted to show you guys what Techland has released so far on their road to launch for this game. We can talk about how this is shaping up to be the Dying Light game we all deserved. Let's start with one of the most important mechanics in Dying Light, the movement and parkour. Techland has confirmed improved parkour physics, focusing on grounded jumps, removing that floaty feeling from Dying Light 2, and adding more variety to the animations.
Let's have a look at how we took parkour and combat to the next level.
Climbing is now unlimited because of the infinite stamina, which is huge because one of the best parts of Dying Light has always been that freedom of movement. On top of that, Kyle himself has over 100 new animations. That's going to help make him feel distinct from any other character we've played and will play in this franchise. This is, of course, very nice to hear because most of the community was fearful that Kyle had all the same animations as Aiden from Dying Light 2. We all wanted Kyle Crane to feel different, and it sounds like that's what we're getting. One of the biggest things from this video that I want to highlight is their emphasis on the flow of the parkour animations. And in this particular clip, we get to see how wildly smooth the parkour can be in the Beast. I would say Dying Light 2 was definitely an improvement from the first game, and this is just leveling it up that much more. Next, we're going to talk about the combat improvements that have been made. Timon has emphasized how important physicality is this time around, and the team has really built out a unique new physics system. So this will translate to more believable hit reactions and ragdoll physics. Dying Light 1 did this incredibly well, and it seems that the Beast is getting us very close to that level of quality that we expect from this franchise. The gore system has also been updated. There are now 12 body zones that can be visually damaged. And more vaguely stated, Timon says they have doubled the number of visible wounds that can be inflicted at once compared to the previous games. That's still a big jump in detail and brutality no matter how you slice it, and I'm very excited to see that in action. Something else worth noting is the stealth. Dying Light 2 had some good opportunities for stealth in its playthrough, but the mechanics and AI didn't really support that playstyle. Techland has said they're expanding on the stealth viability in the Beast, which I think is a great move. Now let's talk about the map improvements, its density, detail, and overall quality. This aspect is just as important as how the game feels to play, and from what we've seen so far, Dying Light the Beast looks like a serious step forward from Dying Light 2. One of the major concerns of Dying Light 2 was the map design. The size was impressive and certainly much larger than the first games, but once players started exploring, a lot of the immersion definitely fell apart. Buildings, rooftops, and streets often felt copied and pasted, and it didn't take long for the players to realize the world was just repeating itself. Thankfully, the developers revisited some of the areas we used, such as metro stations, and updated them. Techland seems to have taken that feedback seriously though. This time, the environments feel far more handcrafted. Every corner, rooftop, and space looks like it's been placed with purpose rather than generated or recycled. That attention to detail makes a huge difference instead of feeling flat and empty. The world itself seems to feel alive. Even in the limited gameplay shown so far, that improvement stands out. The layouts look far more believable, the areas feel lived in, and the variety makes you want to keep moving forward just to see what else Castor Woods has to offer. Not only that, we have heard about volatile hives hidden throughout the map, and a full underground network that can be explored. Just based on the early reveals we've seen so far, it's exciting to think about how much more we'll be waiting when the full game launches. And finally, let's talk about the story improvements. I've mentioned before that some of the writing here has been a little rough, but I want to give credit where it's due. Techland released a new story teaser out in the wild that puts more of a focus on Kyle Crane and his role in the world. Roger Craig Smith's performance sounds really strong so far, obviously, especially in this teaser, and I think that's going to make the story easier to get invested in than I previously thought. In the earlier trailers, they showed off some really bad and cringe dialogue that honestly disappointed me, as I had very high hopes for the writing in this game.
Do you see who's the real beast here?
They've had 2 entries to make this right. Dying Light has never really been known for the most memorable or impactful stories, or even the greatest writing, but the team at Techland is expressing they're quite pleased with how this game is shaping up. So pleased that Timon himself is calling it the best Dying Light game yet. And that's not something that can be said very lightly, so I trust them. One of the most notable changes to how Techland is approaching the story is the introduction of third-person cutscenes. We get to see Kyle Crane in the world rather than just from his eyes. This adds a whole new layer of potential storytelling that we never would have gotten in the previous entries. Since this is new for the franchise, I'm curious to hear what you guys think of this. But that's where things stand right now on the road to launch for Dying Light the Beast. You now know about the smoother parkour, elevated brutality, improved combat, expanded stealth, and a story that looks like it's going to be a crazy experience. I want to know what you guys think. Are you excited for where Techland is taking this game? game, or are you holding out to see how it all comes together? I cannot wait until September 19th to show all of you what this game really has in store for us. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video.